Okay, so I get a lot of questions from clients, obviously, wanting to get into multifamily, but the top two questions I've had a lot over the last few months or even the last couple of years are confusions that clients have is when buying small multifamily is the first one is what is the vacancy rate we should be using our analysis? Like they go online, they look, they do their own research and find these vacancy rates posted on big websites like the Marcus Mill, Chaps, or anything else. But typically, we don't apply the current CoStar, what I'd say, market rate of. You see this in this example I have here, this screenshot, 6.2% or whatever it is, and this is 17,000 units in this market area. So it's just too broad, and it always usually includes thousands of units in the survey. So it depends on the property, the current leases, the rents in place, etc. But in general, 3 to 4% is plenty. And I'll see my analysis screenshot here where I have zero vacancy as the current model because obviously tenants are not going to move out just the day you close. But going forward, when you go to bump rents or turnover units, you may have some. So we want to factor in a little bit there. And again, it depends on the property, it depends on the work needed or the condition, all kinds of things. So a well managed 2 to 4 unit property will most likely have 0% vacancy for 2, 3, 4 years or even more. So like here's an example of a fourplex I reviewed today. It's in our area, so you look at that. It's 4 units, and the agent only remark says one tenant has been there for 10 plus years, and another tenant has been there for over 40 years. Now, why do you think tenants would stay for 10 plus years and 40 plus years? By the way, this property is built in 1977, and that means that one tenant has been there just about the whole time that thing has been built. So the reason they stay is because they're usually under markets, and so under market rents, right? Or I don't know what other reasons there could be. Is they get comfortable, they love the area, they love the schools, whatever. But at some point, you would think people would move out. But generally, it's because the rents are so low, and then the landlords leave them alone. The tenants leave the landlords alone, and everybody's hunky dory. So the second question is, why are so many properties operating with low rents? I can't make anything pencil. Brandon, how do I make the deal pencil? Keep in mind, many mom and pop landlords owe little to no debt on their properties, and they prefer retaining good tenants. Look at this example um, of another fourplex that was sold in Sumner recently. These rents, these are less than half of what they should be for a two bed in that area. And so, you know, sellers or landlords, they don't like turnover, and they get worried they'll never find another great tenant like say Joe, right? Well, Joe's a great tenant and doesn't cause any problems because Joe has been paying super low rent under market for 10 plus years, right? So that's kind of the situation that I see regularly, and the questions that come about vacancy rates, under market rents. And if you have any, questions yourself or curious to discuss and learn more, let's connect. I'm happy to explain this in a little deeper conversation, but this is the quick synopsis about why I don't use the average market for vacancy rates, which is usually 6 or 7%, and why the deals are so tough to pencil, and it's because those market rents, the properties are not at market rents, and because of the current situation with the ownership involved with little to no debt. All right, thank you.